So what do you say about there was a labor study done by David Autor, who's an MIT labor economist, and it came out in January, I think, of 2016, and it was called China Shock. And basically, their empirical study said that all of these millions of jobs, I think something like 5 million manufacturing jobs that went away when China entered the WTO and we offshored all our manufacturing. At the time, theoretical economists said all those jobs are going to be replaced with white-collar jobs. They're going to become computer programmers. They're going to have jobs on the gig economy. What David Autor and his colleagues said was that didn't happen. Those jobs just went away permanently. For the communities, over I think something like 70,000 factories went away during that time, and they're still continuing to go away. But those communities never came back. Those jobs never came back. So in a way, when you have a company like this, when you're manufacturing, you're creating jobs in the community. And it is true that each manufacturing job has an associated 4 extra jobs within the community that's providing support for the people that live there, that work in the factory, and then also to support the factory itself. That's an important element of our economy that has been stripped away. And it's part of the challenge that I saw as I began to look into this, not only the industrial-based challenges, but the challenges just to our society in terms of economic opportunity. Not everybody is going to be a computer programmer. You have some employees here that have been here a long time. You know, theoretical economists would have you believe that everybody wants to do a certain type of job and they don't like this work. But it seems to me that, you know, based on what I saw and people that have been here a long time, there's people that love this work, want to do this work, are good at this work, find pride in this work. So what's your experience in kind of, you know, dealing with employees?
My experience is that the assumption that a labor job that disappears will just manifests itself in a white collar or a programming or a soft job, a software job or whatever, it doesn't strike me as based on any kind of like real understanding of humans that I have. Some people just prefer to work with their hands. It's human nature. We've always been like this as a species. To deny that or to pretend like it just doesn't have to be that way strikes me as a little snobby and not really a reasonable outlook. And I don't agree with it. I mean, fundamentally, I don't agree with it. I think that as a society,
you want to work with your hands. I can tell.
Yeah.
You prefer it.
Look, I haven't put on a suit. The only time I put on a suit is to go to a wedding or a funeral. And if I'm at a wedding, it comes off pretty quick. The rest of the time, I've got my Dickies on and I'm in the garage working on my cars. Or I'm hands deep in an aquarium, or working with the reptile and amphibian project, or on my CNC mills here at work, or on my 70-year-old South Bend lathe, World War II machine that was used in the World War II effort at home that I restored. I like working with my hands. Yeah, I know how to do, I don't do computer programming, but I know how to program a CNC machine, and I know how to use, I know how to CAD model, and I know how to use a lot of computer programs. I don't write code. Some people just like making things and building things, or even just screwing things in or working with things. And we have operators here that all they know is how to, or knew at some point, was really how to put something together. That was their skill, and they have experience doing that. And they did so well with us that we never wanted to get rid of them. They really enjoy our culture here. We've had them for 12 years. And over that time, as we invest in automation, they're the ones with those premium jobs, those premium operator positions where they're actually in the nice SMT room using the high-end equipment, and they get a lot of value out of that. And it provides a path for people that, everyone is different. You can't just assume that everyone would be happier sipping coffee from a mug and coding on a computer in an apartment. It just doesn't work that way.